fight. What's up, Ringside Nation? The Ring Boys are back. Just kidding, I'm by myself tonight. Boys are down 2. Got a great card to break down for you guys, and T-minus 6 days till UFC 300. Rolling by myself, rolling solo dolo. It's kind of weird, not gonna lie to you guys right away. This is the first time I ever recorded by myself, so we'll see how I do. Give me feedback, let me know what you boys want for the format. Leave some comments, leave some likes, even leave a dislike. Hate is love too, okay? So we'll get right to it. Brendan Allen defeating Chris Curtis. Did pretty good. Had a few units on this myself, and had a big stake in this one, so I'm trying not to be too biased, but Brendan Allen being my lock of the card, thought he did pretty well. Didn't seem like his normal self, at least not from the last fight when he fought Paul Craig. Brendan Allen getting the win on this one. Chris Curtis, for a guy who took this on a few week notice, like a guy who was fresh off the couch, he outstruck him. Like, he beat him on the strikes. Yes, Brendan Allen was able to out wrestle him, didn't do too much damage. There were points where, you thought Chris Curtis got to him. He was a little dazed, but overall, good fight. Great 5-round main event. I think that's arguably, to some people's extent, one of the best fights of the year so far. So glad we got that one out of the way. Starting off the night hot there. Was talking with Doc behind the scenes since he couldn't make it. But I think personally, Brendan Allen should wait for Marvin Vettori. I don't know. It's tough because right now he's probably at 6. He'll probably go up over Marvin Vettori because he was injured. He's got Jared Cannonier. He's got Sean Strickland in the mix. So very, very interesting movement at the top of the middleweight division, whereas Chris Curtis at 14 probably will drop to 15. I think he should still be ranked. He did pretty good for a guy who just came off the couch. So Chris Curtis obviously won't be fighting for a bit. I think he tore his hamstring in the second round. Got injured at the end of the fight in the last 18 seconds for whatever reason. Brendan Allen didn't want to finish him, so stressed me out a bit there. But it didn't stress me and Doc out as we got that one right. And that was a pretty decent hit for me on the side. I won't say how many units. We'll keep that one in the vault. Alexander Hernandez versus Damon Jackson. Obviously got this one wrong. Damon Jackson just outworking Hernandez. I thought this one was kind of a shoo-in. Shout out to Artie for calling this one, and Chepe Marshall. 2 back-to-back dogs for the guys, so have to shout him out. He's the guy who chases the underdogs and hits all the time. So looking good there. Didn't watch this fight too closely. Damon Jackson, I know there were chirps of him having hair now, like he's been hanging out in Turkey getting, I don't know, hair plants. So maybe him and whatever his name, Paulo Costa, are best friends now. I don't know. Maybe they have the same barber. It is what it is. But got that one wrong. Also got Morgan Charre wrong. And the boys got it. This fight was decent. I think this one was a little controversial with the call. Maybe people thought Morgan won the first 2 rounds. Chepe Marshall definitely won the last round. So moving through that, I don't know. It was weird watching because I wanted Morgan to win just because, whenever I watch a French fighter, as long as they're not, as the savant style as I've discussed before, it's a fun time to watch, like Benoit Saint Denis. I'm not going to bring up Cyril Gane because, I have personal vendettas with him. But, Chepe Marshall, probably saying that's so wrong, got the win there. So it was kind of a tough one for me because I thought I was going to hit on the whole main card, and obviously I didn't. But I will do this by myself, as you boys can see. Ring the bell for Ignacio Bahamondes. Absolutely decimating Christos. He hit him with a crazy spinning heel kick 2 times in a row, and that's just like his arsenal. That's what he likes to do. I think he's tied for the tallest guy in the lightweight division, and for a guy of his caliber and his size and his length, it's going to be pretty tough to beat. So Ignacio got this one. There were points where I thought Christos was hanging a bit, and taking him at plus 260 wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world, but Ignacio showing why he was minus 340, why he deserves to be in the UFC, and why he's still riding the hype train. So shout out to him. Shout out to Doc for having him on the lock. And they got that one on the head, but I got my revenge on the next one. Charlie Campbell defeating Charlie Peak. It was a fight. That's all I gotta say about that. It was a fight. It wasn't a great one. It was okay. I feel like there were a couple fights on the prelim that were a little better, but it was a fight, and I got it right. That's all I want to say. nonetheless, prelims were pretty decent. This card started earlier, living on the East Coast, so got home 3 p.m. seeing fights on the TV. I'm gonna be fired up. You know what I mean? Alex Morono, Artie's lock of the card, got that win. There's also shouts of talking to Doc that there were points that we thought he was going to lose, but he did well. He was able to just outclass Court McGee, get that win, and get another ringer from the Ring Boys. Rather than me just ringing the bell 40 times in a row, I'm going to ring it once for everyone on the card. So yeah, shout out to Alex Morono, Norma Dumont, and Victor Hugo, and all of our locks on the card. That's what we like to see. Nonetheless, Walter Walker losing to Lukas Bresky. I thought he won. Personally, could be wrong. Call me crazy. But Lucas gets the decisive win. Walter was just looking at it around like, wait, I lost that? Really? Are you sure? It's tough to watch. Was kind of tuning in and out of that one. It's just a normal heavyweight fight. You know, guys like to get gas. Guys like to go at it. If it's not a knockout, I think the general consensus of the community and just anyone who doesn't even watch MMA, there's no knockout. No one really cares about heavyweight fighters unless they're at the cream of the top. Like, we got Volkov and Sergey Pavlovich coming up. So that's going to be a fun fight. Even if you don't like the UFC or the MMA game, that's something you definitely got to watch, in my opinion. So yeah, shout out to Norma Dumont. Not only getting the win, but getting 3 points for Doc's fantasy team. I believe Doc's sitting at 9 points, already 20. I'm not even going to gas him up anymore. You just know he's at the top, and myself with whatever I have. So not much has moved in the fantasy division for the Ring Boys fantasy. And yeah, Norma Dumont just doing her thing, getting it done like Norma Dumont does. Okay. Victor Hugo. You know what? Hold on. I'm bringing up the soundboard too much, I feel like, but I got to... Man, I thought this was my fight of the night. Victor Hugo was the only solid guy, having a crazy hectic 2 weeks of, I think probably 2 guys pulled out of this fight. I think it was someone, then that guy pulled out, then another pulled out, Pedro Falcao, and 3-day notice decides, yeah, get the gloves, let's go. I thought Victor Hugo was going to lose at some point. He had a tremendous display of ground game, defending, grappling, just his striking, and just a beautiful display of, yeah, I don't care who I'm fighting. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to get the win. So you wish more fighters were like that. Cough, Colby Covington. And yeah, Victor Hugo, definitely keeping an eye on that guy, getting it done. Piero Rodriguez, Cynthia Calvino, just getting canceled, absolutely missing weight. I think they both missed 4 pounds, 2 pounds. It's irrelevant. I don't even want to talk about it. Speaking of weight loss or weight miss, I believe Alexander Hernandez also missed weight. A lot of people missed weight on this card. It's like, I get we're starting the next day early and we're cutting weight, we're doing the thing, but it's like no more late night trips to Mickey D's. We got to make weight the next day, people. You're getting docked 30%. Like, it's absurd. But Hernandez breaking the trend of, I think we were probably at 7-3. I don't even remember. Artie will have to remind me of, where that record stands for fighters that miss weight and end up fighting. Normally you see the trend of them winning. That wasn't the case there. And yeah, it wasn't the case for most of this card. A lot of people miss weight. I'll probably have to look it up on the side if you're really interested. But yeah, moving on. Jan Matsumoto defeating Dan Argueta via submission. This was another one that I think was potential fight of the night. Yeah, Jan Matsumoto starting off as the underdog in the betting lines, becoming the favorite, and showing why he was the favorite. Dan Argueta was really good, sleepy value at plus 134, so I don't blame Artie for taking him there. I was thinking of it myself, but I was like, Vegas knows something. So we're going to go with the favorite on this one. But yeah, Jan Matsumoto, tough guy, great display of ground game, and I think he's going to be moving up the bantamweight. The lineup, the resume is going to build, and hopefully we see Jan potentially breaking into the rankings and making some noise in the UFC. My plan wasn't to go through all these fights, but I'm going through them pretty quick. Personally, I called my boy Cesar Almeida to beat Dylan Budka. Dylan Budka just trying to wrestle him and just clearly showing that he does not have the gas tank to wrestle for 3 rounds, or let alone 1.5 rounds. Cesar Almeida getting it done. Round 2, plus 110. The guy has beaten Alex Pereira before. I mean, come on. How do we not take him there? Just like, how do we take Melissa Mullins at minus 325 and she loses? I will say, Nora is so smart and such a good fighter to the degree of, if you know you have your opponent rocked or dazed, and you know it's going well, you know you got it, and you're feeling it come up, you gotta do something crazy. So when you get like a knee to the liver shot, which she did, she uses one of the things I think was the most underrated thing in the UFC of just straight head kicks while she's moving back, and lands 2. And by the time she gets to the fence, I don't remember if it was Chris Taglioni or whatever, the ref's running over like, oh, okay, that's enough. We don't even need to get to the ground. Like, you clearly can't defend 2 in a row. That's a bad thing. So, yeah, overall a decent card. We'll do another golf clap for this four fight night card stretch, because now we got UFC 300 next weekend, so we're finally fired up for that. And we'll be very happy to say we did pretty good on this card with our picks. I won, broke Doc's streak. No Woody Page moment for the boy. Went 8 for 12, Doc 7 for 12, Artie 6 for 12, and we just missed one fight, and that was Melissa Mullins. That was Melissa Mullins. Not great. I thought she was gonna absolutely get it done. She did not look like her normal self. And it's scary when you take an undefeated fighter to start the card, for one, because we always talk about the theory of, okay, Dana knows what he's doing with scheduling this. They always put the first card to grab your attention to think, oh, maybe I got to spend the rest of my night watching this. I mean, yeah, overall, Melissa Mullins did not show up to that degree. I think how many there were? Oh, this was a night of the underdog kind of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underdogs out of 12. It's almost about 50%. So it's like normally the trend, I think, statistically, I've been keeping track of, not to make this a number this thing. It's usually like 63%. The favorite hits, and the rest of the time it's the underdog. So seems that was applicable to this fact, and yeah, applicable for the fact that we got a good card. TLDR, if whatever point you just pinpointed to this part of the video, you didn't want to hear me talk, I don't blame you. The only one that I expect to be here is my mom. Shout out, Mom. Hi, Mom, if you're listening. Brendan Allen, this hurts your title shot resume. I think you take some time, probably go at Marvin Vettori again, take your next fight very, very, very seriously. I don't know if it was your weight cut, your mindset, whatever it was. Don't be afraid to throw the hands next time. Chris Curtis, hope to see you back. Those body shots were great. You're a boxer, dude. We get it. More leg kicks would have helped, maybe. But when they say like he tears his hamstring in the second round, I think I understand now why he wasn't throwing too many. And yeah, Ignacio Bahamondes, shout out you. Norma Dumont, shout out you. Victor Hugo, shout out you. Alex Morono, I guess, shout out you. Nah, I'm just kidding. I shout out Alex Morono. And yeah, this is gonna be a pretty short episode. I feel like I rushed through that. I feel like I probably could said a little bit more on my piece on this, but it is what it is. I'm by myself, and I'm covering this for you guys because this is for the common man, by the common man. And yeah, finally, we're at UFC 300. Seeing a couple things coming up for this one. Not going to get into that card too much because we got a pre-show and I got to hype that up and I got to sell it up and potentially make graphics. I don't know. We'll try to do something fun. Hopefully break into the YouTube Shorts game for you guys. That's something I'll tease and throw out there. Looking to do graphics, but we're just trying to hit episodes here, boys. We're just trying to hit episodes, trying to push content. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, support the channel, support the cause, support the homies, and we'll support you guys by doing this because we love doing this. Okay. UFC 300 next weekend, April 13th. Early prelims at 6, prelims at 8, main card at 10. Alex Pereira looking to defend his title. Jamal Hill looking to regain his title. I'm not going to leak my pick there. I think it's pretty obvious who I'm going to take in that one. Maybe I'll change my mind last second, but I'm main event Alex for a reason. So come on now. Yeah, UFC 300 next weekend. One thing I will say and tease, we talked about it in a previous episode that Justin Gaethje was talking about eye pokes and gloves and whatever. Saw on Twitter this morning that there is a rumor, or not a rumor, nonetheless, I don't know what to call it. an exclusive aspect of the UFC conference that they're going to discuss. They highlight something about the gloves. Now, hasn't been confirmed if it's the gloves that they're going to be using just for the event for 300. Hasn't been confirmed if this is a new era, like Artie said, that we're bringing in something cool. Maybe Justin Gaethje got his wish and they're using his gloves, or they're changing up the gloves. This might affect the game. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But yeah, overall, looking forward to it. 300's a stacked card. 299 main card was awesome. I don't expect this one to disappoint. I'm not going to badmouth it. I'll badmouth it on the pre-show. There's only 2 fights that I probably will be in the bathroom for. Making popcorn, making my snacks, ordering my wings. I don't know what I'm going to be watching. Front live in Senna, live tweeting. I'm dropping the ball a bit. My picks are going to hit. Our locks are going to hit. 3 for 3 into 300. And that's it. That's it. 15-minute episode. Like that, short, sweet. Give me some feedback on how I did. And yeah. That's it from the Ring Boy, I guess. And we'll catch you later, Ringside Nation. Peace.